More than 100 dead in Philippine super typhoon. Welcome back to Mystery Truth. The Philippines typhoon updates have garnered the data of more than 300,000 people that have fled their homes and beachfront resorts as Typhoon Rai ravaged the southern and central regions of the archipelago. In Manila, more than 100 people have been killed in the strongest typhoon to hit the Philippines this year. Official tallies showed today being Sunday, as efforts to deliver water and food to devastated islands ramped up. More than 300,000 people fled their homes and beachfront resorts as Typhoon Rai ravaged the southern and central regions of the archipelago. The storm knocked out communications and electricity in many areas, ripped off roofs, damaged hospitals, toppled concrete power poles, and flooded villages. At Toyap, the governor of the popular tourist destination Bohol said on his official Facebook page that mayors on the devastated island had so far reported more than 100 deaths in their towns. 10 people also died on the Dinagat Island, Provincial Information Officer Jeffrey Crisostomo told AFP. That took the overall number of reported deaths to over 108, according to the latest official figures, making it one of the deadliest typhoons to hit the country in years. But the toll was likely to rise as disaster agencies assess the full extent of the storm's aftermath across the vast archipelago. Typhoon Rai smashed into the country on Thursday as a super typhoon, packing wind speeds of 195 kilometers per hour. Thousands of military police, coast guard, and fire personnel are being deployed to assist in search and rescue efforts in the worst affected areas. The Coast Guard and naval vessels carrying food, water, and medical supplies are being dispatched, while heavy machinery like backhoes and front-end loaders are being sent to help clear roads blocked by falling power poles and trees. It's going to be a long, tough road for people to rebuild and get their lives back on track, said Alberto Bocanegra, the head of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies in the Philippines. The organization appealed for 20 million Swiss francs, that is $21.6 million, to fund urgent relief and recovery efforts. An area survey of damage to parts of Bohol, known for its beaches, rolling chocolate hills, and tiny tarsier primates, showed our people have suffered greatly, Yap said. This is a reminiscence of Haiyan, and there has also been widespread destruction on Siargao, Dinagat, and Mindanao Islands, which bore the brunt of Rai when it slammed into the Philippines. Area photos shared by the military showed severe damage in the Siargao town of General Luna, where many surfers and holidaymakers had flocked ahead of Christmas, with buildings stripped off roofs and debris littering the ground. Tourists were being evacuated from the island on Sunday by plane and boats. The Dinagat governor, Alain Bagao, has said the damage to the island's landscape was reminiscent, if not worse, than that caused by Super Typhoon Haiyan in 2013. Haiyan, called Yolanda in the Philippines, was the deadliest cyclone on record in the country, leaving more than 7,300 people dead or missing. I saw how Typhoon Odette tore through the provincial capital apart, piece by piece, Dinagat PIO Crisostomo told radio station DZBB, using the local name for Rai. Big tables as heavy as a man went flying during the onslaught of the storm, he said. In Surigao City, on the northern tip of Mindanao, shattered glass from smashed windows, roofing, power lines, and other debris were scattered in the streets. Tricycle driver Ray Jamil, who is 57, braved flooded streets and flying sheets of corrugated iron roofing to get his family to safety at a school evacuation center. The wind was very strong, he told AFP. Adding now that the storm was over, he was struggling to find water and food. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte visited some of the hardest hit areas on Saturday after pledging to try to raise money to assist victims, admitting the government was broke. Rai hit the Philippines late in the typhoon season. Most cyclones typically develop between July and October. Scientists have long warned that typhoons are becoming more powerful and strengthening more rapidly as the world becomes warmer because of human-driven climate change. The Philippines ranked among the globe's most vulnerable nations to the impact of climate change, and is hit by an average of 20 storms and typhoons every year, which typically wipe out harvests, homes, and infrastructure in already impoverished areas. Wow. We pray for those that are affected, that the government will come to their rescue and aid will come from different parts of the world. We call on the UN and other European nations, European bodies, the EU, to come to the aid of the Philippines, those that have been hit by this deadly typhoon. And whatever you have to say concerning this, you drop your comment in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.